So, as part of my blog, helping writers write a little bit better, talking about different tips and techniques, I also wanted to read a little bit, tell you about some of the people that have inspired me, and just let you hear their writing, let you kind of hear how good writing, at least for me, should sound. Me being a romance writer, I definitely have my favorite kind of romance books. So the first one I want to read to you is from The Time Traveler's Wife. Um, there's a passage in here that I want to read that just really is good scene setting. Is kind of what I wanted to read about today. Um, so this is a little bit further in the book. This is kind of one of the parts from Henry's point of view. So let me just read this part and just kind of listen to how it sounds. See if you like how it sounds as far as setting the scene. So this is Henry. I'm walking down Clark Street in late spring 2000. There's nothing too remarkable about this. It's a lovely warm evening in Andersonville, and all the fashionable youth are sitting at little tables, drinking fancy cold coffee at Kopi's, or sitting at medium-sized tables eating couscous at Reza's, or just strolling, ignoring the Swedish knickknack stores, and exclaiming over each other's dogs. I should be at work in 2002, but oh well, Matt will have to cover for my afternoon show and tell. I guess I'll make a mental note to take him out to dinner. As I idle along, I unexpectedly see Clare across the street. She is standing in front of George's, the vintage clothing store, looking at a display of baby clothes. Even her back is wistful. Even her shoulders sigh with longing. As I watch her, she leans her forehead against the shop window and stands there, dejected. I cross the street, dodging a UPS van and a Volvo, and stand behind her. Claire looks up, startled, and sees my reflection in the glass. I just love how that sounds. It really creates kind of a scene and a mood. You can really imagine yourself there. The other one that I want to read to you, I've spoken about before in my blogs, is Nicholas Sparks. One of his more famous ones, A Walk to Remember. Again, this is another passage about scene setting, and I also think this is really good character description as well. You can really see and feel how these characters act. So this is a little bit further in the book as well. This is when, if you've read Walk to Remember, this is when Landon and Jamie are kind of going on a date. So, on New Year's Eve, I took Jamie out to dinner. It was the very first real date she'd ever been on, and we went to a small waterfront restaurant in Morehead City, a place called Flavin's. Flavin's was the kind of restaurant with tablecloths and candles, and 5 different pieces of silverware per setting. The waiters wore black and white, like butlers, and when you looked out the giant windows that completely lined the wall, you could watch moonlight reflecting off the slowly moving water. There was a pianist and a singer, too. Not every night or even every weekend, but on holidays, when they thought the place would be full. I had to make reservations, and for the first time I called. They said they were filled, but I had my mom call them, and the next thing you knew, something had opened up. I guess the owner needed a favor from my father or something, or maybe he just didn't want to make him angry, knowing that my grandfather was still alive and all. It was actually my mom's idea to take Jamie out someplace special. A couple days before, on one of those days, Jamie was wearing her hair in a bun. I talked to my mom about the things I was going through. "She's all I think about, Mom," I confessed. "I mean, I know she likes me, but I don't know if she feels the same way that I do." "Does she mean that much to you?" she asked. "Yes," I said quietly. "Well, what have you tried so far?" What do you mean?" My mom smiled. "I mean that young girls, even Jamie, like to be made to feel special." I thought about that for a moment, a little confused. Wasn't that what I was trying to do? "Well, I've been going to her house every day to visit," I said. My mom put her hand on my knee, even though she wasn't a great homemaker and sometimes stuck it to me, like I said earlier. She really was a sweet lady. Going to her house is a nice thing to do, but it's not the most romantic thing there is. You should do something that will really let her know how you feel about her. My mom suggested buying some perfume, and though I knew that Jamie would probably be happy to receive it, it didn't sound right to me. For one thing, since Hegbert didn't allow her to wear makeup, with the single exception being the Christmas play, I was sure she couldn't wear perfume. I told my mom as much, and that was when she suggested taking her out to dinner. Again, yeah, I think that just really helps set the scene, and you can really feel from both these authors that they're there in the story. They're invested with these characters, and they know what they would say and what they would think. But not only that, they know how they would describe a setting as well. So hopefully, as I continue on with this blog, I'll read some more of the writers that I really like, and if there's writers you really love, please feel free to contact me, and we can talk about their writing as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.